What's up, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick, and yes, I'm really excited. Obviously, you know what I'm reviewing tonight. It is the one, the only Kern River Citra Double IPA, and yes, this is the fresh, brand new release. I had to give away a lot to get this, to be quite honest with you. It's kind of crazy to get this beer at this point. There's a lot to talk about this beer. This beer is one of the highest rated beers in the world on BeerAdvocate's top 250. It's in the top 20. Out of Imperial Double IPAs, it is in the top 10. It is one of the most hyped releases that comes out. It's one of the most talked about. It's one of the most hard to get, especially for a double IPA. You know, it's from Kern River, tiny brewery. They don't produce a whole lot, and this beer is just it's an incredible double IPA that they put out, and they only put it out about twice a year. So, you know, limited availability, really high quality. Now, I've had this beer once before, and it was definitely not as hard to get as it was this time, and that is because for the first time ever, they had to do a lottery system for people to be able to get this beer because it's just so in demand. They were able to pick out 320 people out of about 1,000 submissions to the lottery. Now, out of those 320 people, they got to buy up to 6 bottles per person. It's too bad because, you know, the more hype is driven up, the more demand is driven up, the less people get to try this kind of beer. They just can't get it. Like, they just can't do it. So it's kind of a shame. At the same time, it's awesome that the craft beer boom is getting so big, and there's so many people getting involved, and new people are trying craft beer, and that's all great. It just is a little bit tough for people who really want to try the best stuff. They can't because they have to trade for it, or they got to go there and do a lottery and pick it up in person and that whole thing. And it's just craziness. So anyways, with all that being said, let's take a look at what this beer says on the label. This is Citra Double IPA, as I said, from Kern River Brewing Company out of Kernville, California. And this beer is all about the hops, it says. Citrus, mango, and pineapple aromas abound. But make no mistake, there is no fruit here. Just a serious dry hop regimen of Citra and Amarillo hops. We put in just enough malt backing to balance out the flavor, but Citra Double IPA is as close as it gets to chewing on a hop vine. Enjoy this one fresh, at least while you can get your hands on it. And yes, I got my hands on it, and I actually have a bottle of this to surprise my mother with for her birthday that has just passed, and she's going to be really happy with me. This is an 8% double IPA. I don't know the IBUs on it. And today, when I'm reviewing this on November 8th, and this was bottled and released around October 25th. So it is exactly 2 weeks old as of right now. I've said enough. Let's get the hell into Kern River Citra and see what all the hype is about. Alright guys, here we go. Kern River Citra poured into the glass here, and what a absolutely gorgeous looking double IPA this is. Hazy, dark, golden, like a honey color to it, but you can't see through this beer at all. It's got, it had like a nice one finger of a slightly creamy looking head. It is a little off-white, really thick, kind of viscous head to it. It looks incredible. The lacing on this thing already is just insane. And as soon as I opened up the bottle, the aroma coming out of this thing was unlike anything I've smelled in a double IPA before. So let's go ahead, guys, and get an aroma on the Kern River Citra. Oh my god! That is fucking stupid. Okay, I already can see what the hype is about. First of all, it smells like somebody just poured this out of the bright tank into my glass. It just smells so fresh, so juicy. This beer is all tropical fruit. I mean, it's mangoes, in your face mangoes, like mashed up right now in front of you. Pineapple, big sticky sweet pineapple juice. But mango, pineapple, orange, and I know we say that a lot in these beer reviews, but this is like taking all those aromas to the next level. This is like concentrated aromas of all you can think of: pineapple, mango, tropical fruits. No alcohol whatsoever. It almost smells, honestly, like a fresh fruit juice blend is what it actually smells like, to be quite honest. Alright guys, without further delay, let's get a taste on this fucking beer. Cheers. Oh my god. Oh man. That is, wow, that's unreal. That is unreal. The first thing that comes to my mind is that this is on par with all the Hill Farmstead beers I've had, of hoppy beers, all the Lawson's beers, anything that I always talk about from like around here, like Vermont and all that. It's easily on par immediately with those beers. That's saying a lot. That's like saying I think this is the best already. Just the hop presence alone in this beer, when you take your first sip, it's an immediate blast of just huge tropical fruit notes, and the hoppiness is actually what surprised me. It's like, it's intense, it's in your face. They're not trying to hide that at all. I mean, this beer is chock full of hops in the best way possible. It's like a mango, citrus, like tropical fruit blast with a shitload of hops in there, just coating your mouth, just like going right across your tongue. And then the finish is just this like super like sticky yet dry, kind of beautiful hoppy bitterness that just stays there, and it's kind of sweet, and you're still left with those tropical fruit flavors in your mouth from when it was in your mouth. It's unbelievable. Carbonation's really nice on this. It's like medium carbonation, almost to the higher side, because this beer is actually kind of big. Like it's not thin by any means. This is like a medium mouthfeel beer, for sure. And there's so many things going on about this that are right, and I can't taste anything wrong about it. 8%, you do not taste the alcohol, you don't smell it, it's non-existent. It tastes so fresh and clean. The only thing I can relate it to is like something from Hill Farmstead or Lawson's. It's like that clean water, clean everything. Just an absolutely delicious, deliciously made beer, impressive stuff. So I'm going to sit with this for a few minutes, guys, and let it warm up. And I'll come back to you guys with my final thoughts and rating on the Citra. So be right back. Cheers. Alright guys, so I'm back with the Citra, and I've been sitting here enjoying the hell out of this beer. It is world class. It is mind-blowingly good. I don't care what anybody tells you. I think it's worth the hype. It's hard to gauge, a beer's worth these days because there's so many factors involved. There's the ratings on BeerAdvocate, there's what people expect in trades, and then there's the limited availability, and now there's lottery and this and that and the other thing, and it's like impossible to get a beer. But this is one of those beers that if you have the means, you have the opportunity, and you like double IPAs, this one you got to get. It's just exceptional. There's so many things going on about this that work. For one thing, the balance of this beer is insane. Like, if you're a hophead, you will love this beer because there's no shortage of hops, there's no shortage of bitterness to it at all. It's like chock full, you can't deny it, it's amazing. The finish, it leaves you with tons of hoppy bitterness, but at the same time, they've managed to put just the perfect right amount of malts in this to balance it out to where it all just kind of flows over your palate, and it just it like washes over you, and it's absolutely perfect. And coupled with the fact that the sweetness in this beer is perfectly done as well. And after you let the carbonation just kind of die down a little bit, this becomes kind of a smooth, kind of creamy, almost a slick kind of double IPA that it goes down really fast. I've been trying not to drink it fast, to be honest, but the more the carbonation is dying down, the easier it is to drink, actually. It's just incredible, and it's perfect, and there's absolutely nothing I would change about this beer. They nailed it. The aftertaste in this beer is really where you start to understand just how hoppy this thing is. While you're drinking it, there's like such an amazing balance, and there's so many flavors going on, and it's just so easy to drink and delicious. Then once you swallow is really where you go, wow. Your tongue starts drying out. You can just feel the bitterness. You can still taste the sweetness though, and you really start to get that like hop bite that you just know this thing was pumped full of hops. And I really like that they did not cut any corners. They didn't pull any punches on this. It's exactly as advertised. It's all about the hops, and they did an amazing job with this beer. There's nothing really else to say about it. If you like Citra, if you like world-class double IPAs, try to get this beer the next time it comes out. That's all I can say. It's well worth your investment. So ratings on this, guys, well, it's 100 from BeerAdvocate, as you probably already guessed, and as you probably already guessed from me, I'm going to give it 100 as well. There's just very few double IPAs up to this level that I've ever had. Maybe a couple from Hill Farmstead. Obviously, Heady Topper would be in there. Maybe the Lawson's like Double Sunshine, that kind of thing. It's up in that level where it's the top of the top, and that is saying a lot in today's craft beer world, where double IPAs and IPAs and hoppy beers are a dime a dozen, and most of them fall by the wayside, and it's very hard to make a double IPA that is up to this level of craftsmanship from a brewery. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that it is small batch, and you can't produce beer this good, this incredible at a large scale, unfortunately. And so you do have to kind of understand that some of the smaller batch stuff is going to be the best in the world, and there might be sacrifices you have to make to get that beer, and this is one of those examples. But yeah, guys, one of the best you'll ever have, one of the best I've ever had, and I hope you guys get to try it. So with all that being said, remember to comment, subscribe, let me know if you got to try this beer, and if I'm right or wrong, let me know. So this was the Kern River Citra 2013 fall release, and that pretty much wraps it up, guys. So thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next beer review, and hopefully it'll be as good as this beer. Cheers, guys. Thanks.